Jesus freak here. Now, this topic's come up in a few of the channels I've followed, both, um, left media channels that I follow and Christian channels that I follow. And I thought I should probably bring this up. A lot of times you'll have a phrase that's completely innocuous on its own, or that you'd have to be a grade A douchebag to disagree with. But then someone will take that phrase and co-opt it to mean something other than what it's intended to mean. So you have the phrase Black Lives Matter. To which my usual response is, if you have to ask why they're saying this, you're probably racist. And then you have Black Lives Matter, RTMC, that's more than just a phrase. It's, well, there's a group out there calling itself, let me get the actual Black Lives Matter Global Network. This isn't the same thing as just Black Lives Matter. These are the people who own the .com associated with it. This is a far left movement that's using the name Black Lives Matter to garner sympathy for its cause. But in fact, they're pushing out not only socialism, but out and out communism. And issues about, they're starting to sound like a master race cult. Now, you might ask me why I'd say some of this stuff. And I'll say, I'll support someone like King, and I'll support someone like that. I won't support someone like Malcolm X was in his day before he decided to have a change of heart and wound up getting killed by one of his own people. And he said, well, aren't you being a racist because you're not supporting Malcolm X? Well, you see, Martin Luther King Jr. was a minister. Malcolm X belonged to an Islamic-based master race cult. I think there's a little bit of a difference there. And then you might say, well, you're giving special treatment to Christianity, and on top of that, to evangelical Protestant Christianity. Well, of course I am. What do you expect? I'm an evangelical Protestant Christian. That's my duty. Of course I'm going to give preference to evangelical Protestant Christians. And I'm going to say, if I think you're out in the wrong direction, I'm going to do what I think I have to do. I don't agree with you, and here's why. And if that here's why is, it's probably going to be a verse here or a verse there out of scripture. Of course, if they're part of movements like this that are, that might be anti-religious or anti-Christian, they're gonna say, "Oh, get rid of that stupid. What are you calling stupid? The Word of God is not stupid." But there's a lot of here. You see, oh, I'm looking at blacklivesmatter.com/what-we-believe, and they're talking about basically, you know, we make space for transgender brothers and sisters to participate and lead. That's the oppression Olympics. Oh, I'm better because I'm a minority. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another, especially our children, to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable. That's almost well and good, except for the whole we disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure thing. You know, you don't have to, you don't have to throw out the idea of an extended family structure to have a nuclear system. My own family was like that. You know, we had this big extended family where we all lived near each other, but we were still, nuclear families. So, they use the phrase, but they don't use it like normal people use it. Instead, they're trying to use equivocation and say, but that's not what these words really mean. What these words really mean is this. So they're going from a phrase that means ain't we as human as you? Don't we bleed as red as you? And I'm like, sure, I agree with that. But when you're talking about burning down the system and establishing a socialist or communist system, yeah, yeah, there's going to be fighting. For one, because communism is inherently anti-theistic. The government is your god in most implementations. I mean, yeah, you could say, well, it's not real communism. But the whole point of communism is to do away with such old-fashioned things as religion. Truth is truth. I don't care where it comes from. If you're going to say, well, do you support Black Lives Matter? Well, you you're saying Black Lives Matter with lowercase letters or capital letters, and that makes the difference. Jesus freak out.